Does fun matter to you?
Yeah, I think, yes, it does. It does. I do want to, but as you said, like I enjoy what I do. Like the event stuff is fun to me. When we go interstate, we have a good time.
Yeah, but that's
Do you know what I mean?
That's different.
It's different. Why? Because it's work related?
No, because it's not fun.
Yeah, okay. Like jet skiing fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying.
But that might not be important to you.
You know what? It is, but it's not as important as other things at the moment.
Yeah.
Like I want to put myself into a, but this is the risk when you play this game, right? It's like, oh, no, I want to make this much money, or I want to get to this sort of a level of wealth or position, and then I will have fun. I think that's a very risky thing to play, because what if that thing takes 10 years and then for 10 years you're a miserable prick? Do you know what I mean? Or you miss out on things, or you don't go on that holiday, you don't do that thing. So it's always there in the back of my mind. Like I'm always thinking of doing things. I don't need to do a lot to sustain my level of fun. Put it that way. So I'd be happy to go away. So we've got Christmas coming up. We're going to stop for 3-4 weeks during that time. As I said, I might go to the States. Like that to me is fun. I'm going to Noosa. That's already booked. So we'll be there for a week. That will be fun. Going with friends, going with the family. Next week, or probably by the time this airs, it's already happened. We're going to go see Rufus Du Sol, me and some friends, going to a concert. So that to me is fun. So I can have my little fun things like that throughout the year. I don't need to be every single weekend going, okay, cool, what are we doing today for fun?
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know what I mean? So I'm happy to do a few good things throughout the year. And like even going to the States, that was fun when we went to see Hormozi.
Yeah.
Did you find that fun?
Me?
Yeah.
I was there for 3 weeks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
but even I was there
best
for
trip ever.
a week. So I was there for 7-8 days. Like that was fun. We still did some cool shit aside from like even watching. I enjoyed watching Grant Cardone and all his guests and going to the Hormozi thing, going to race cars. Like we did some cool shit. We went with a few guys, like a few friends. So it was fun. I'm happy to do 1 or 2 things like that per year to sustain my level of funness, if that makes sense. But I also love putting myself in a position where I can go on those trips and it's not a burden, as in financially or from a time perspective either. You know, so I've just booked to go, or I booked for my wife and son to go overseas next year because she wants to do a trip with just him. And I literally just booked it on the weekend, returned business class tickets. Now, I've been able to put myself in a position to get them that. I couldn't have done that if my sole focus was always having fun. I don't believe.
Yeah, I don't think...
Unless I can some way turn that, my hobby into my income stream.
Why did you feel the need to say that?
Unless I could.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. As in I can't do that if I focus on fun.
Oh, okay. Because I don't feel that that's a revenue driver for me at the moment.
Yeah. But so you just justified not having fun.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yes. Limiting belief.
Yeah.
But it's also, as I said, I don't feel that it's not on the top of my radar for fun. Honestly, in my space at the moment.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
What are your... Is there anything you're going to carry forward into 2026?
Yeah, there is. I've finished this year in a way of really focusing on the people in my business. So been doing KPI reviews with everyone. We've set up quarterly meetings. We've set up weekly meetings like with the admin team in the office. So I'm definitely going to carry that forward because I've seen in just a short time the change in people's attitudes at the business. So I'm definitely going to carry that forward. The other thing I'm going to carry forward is really focusing on growth of the business. So not just doing the 1, 2, 3, 4 projects. Like how do we double? How do we double where we're at now? How do we have that problem? How do we have the problem where I come to you and say, hey, I've got to move office, or we need to get more seats in here? That's probably the problem that I'm going to be focusing on next year. and what I want to push. Like how great would it be just to employ, and this is something I don't really have other than my PA, but how great would it be to have, for me to employ someone at Builder Elite, like just that business. Hey, you run all of this. You do this. Because at the moment, it's kind of not on the radar of hiring someone to do that role. So maybe that would be a pretty cool thing to do. So I'm going to be focused on growth next year a lot.
Growth of the businesses.
Yeah.
Is there anything you wanted to get done this year that you didn't get done that you're like, all right, this becomes a 2026 thing?
Yeah. I would say definitely the growth of Builder Elite would be one of those things. And if you told me at the start of the year, where do you think it's going to be at the end of the year? I would have thought like my mentoring group would have been probably double as to where it's at now. So that was sort of my target for this year. However, it was still a successful year, but I'd say that. The other thing, what else was there?
What's the goal with that for 10? Like if you were to think over like a 10-year time span, when do you, is there a point where you're like, okay, this is kind of, I'm content. Is there a point of contention? Like, is there a point of like, hey man, I don't want it anymore?
Then, yeah, I don't know. I haven't actually thought that far ahead with that business.
You know what I mean? Like, is there a point of like this? So I heard this thing the other day where it's like, most people optimize for maximum gain. And then there's people who just continue to maximize their returns, even though your return is decreasing over time. Do you know what I mean? So there's people who run ads and then they kind of like hit a point where it's like, okay, cool, we're at cap now. And if we start going further here, we're going to reach a colder audience and our ads are going to get more expensive. And they kind of hold there because they're like, we don't want to spend any more money on this platform because it ends up being not as efficient.
Yeah.
But then there's people who turn around and say, cool, like even if it's not as efficient, spend the money. Like, let's just we need to reach the people. We need to get more. And even though we're not going to get an optimized return, we're still going to get a return. You know, and it might not be like a 1 to 10, but it might be a 1 to 6. And it's like, cool, like we're happy to pass the point of peak optimization and still put in the effort and get that return. Do you know what I mean? I was saying to you the other day, I was watching an online training Hormozi was doing. And this is a guy who did a massive book launch and did $100 million in 3 days. And
Is that all?
That's all. And he had 2,000 people on the live. And he was going hard, dude. Like he was going so hard. And I'm like, I don't know if I would be as motivated as you are right now. Do you know what I mean? So like, what's the point of like, that's how I felt at the time watching him. And it was great. Like what he was putting, it was great. And I was like, dude, like, you know, most of these pricks on here wouldn't appreciate this. Like they've all, you know what they've paid to be there? They pre-ordered his book. They paid $29.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I thought it was the people that bought the 200 books.
No.
Oh, so it's just the person that's pre-ordered a book.
This is the people who pre-ordered the book.
How funny. Did he sell anything there?
No, he pitched the AI, his AI thing.
Like his mind.
Yeah. The acquisition.com AI system.
Yeah.
Yeah. For, I think it was like $3,000 set up and $300 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get that as part of what you purchased?
Yeah.
Oh, how good's that?
Yeah, sick. And he's like, people who purchase already, he's like, you're going to have it for free forever.
How good's that?
I was like, sick. But yeah, I was like, man, I don't know if at that point, I don't know if I would be willing to do what he's doing. Yeah, because I would turn around and be like, but this is not worth my time. Like I spent 72 hours and made $100 million. I'm not going to spend 4 hours here. And
it's a valid question that you ask.
if you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click just over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and thanks for watching.